you ever looked at something in your life that's supposedly thriving and felt absolutely nothing? I mean, you're told it's a sign of success, of care, of things going right. But you look at it, and all you feel is this hollow gap between what it represents and what you actually feel inside. So our topic is for today is how to be happy when your plant is thriving but you're not. And for me, that thing was Steve. Steve is a Monstera deliciosa, and Steve was living his absolute best life. New leaf, every other week. Fenestrations, deep, beautiful, symmetrical splits that would make a botanist weep. He was photosynthesis goals. Meanwhile, I was surviving. My personal growth was measured in how many days I could wear the same hoodie. My emotional fenestrations were just cracks. Steve was out here basking in indirect sunlight and filtered water, and I was mainlining cold coffee and existential dread. Don't get me wrong, I loved Steve. I chose him. I brought him into this home. But it started to feel like a cruel joke. I'd do everything right for him, check the soil moisture, wipe his leaves, rotate him for even sun, and he'd reward me with explosive, undeniable, Instagram-worthy growth. I'd do everything right for myself. Eat the salad, go for the walk, attend the Zoom therapy session, and my inner landscape still felt like a barren pot of dry dirt. The peak of this absurdity hit me one Tuesday evening. I was staring at Steve's latest achievement, a leaf so big and shiny it looked photoshopped, when a text came in from my mom. Big family dinner this weekend. Can't wait to hear all about what's new and exciting with you, sweetie. My stomach did this little flip-flop of dread. You know the feeling. It's not that my family is terrible. They're just on a different frequency. Their metric for a life well lived is loud, visible, and comes with a clear job title. My sister, the lawyer. My cousin, the entrepreneur. He sells beard oil online. And then there's me. My most quantifiable recent achievement was keeping a tropical plant alive. Steve was literally the most successful thing in my orbit. And that's when I had the thought. The petty, ridiculous, possibly brilliant thought. What if I just borrowed Steve's success? No, hear me out. I wasn't going to steal him. I was going to let him be my proxy, my avatar. If they wanted growth, if they wanted tangible proof of life moving forward, I would give them Steve. Operation Photosynthetic Propaganda was a go. Phase 1, Intelligence. I deep dived into plant care forums. I learned words like aerial roots, sphagnum moss poles, and leaf turgor pressure. I wasn't just a plant owner, I was a horticulturalist. Phase 2, the narrative. I started casually dropping Steve into conversations. A text to my mom. So busy today. Had to repot Steve. He's just growing too fast for his own good. Hashtag plant problems. A comment to my sister. Can't talk long. Waiting on a special fertilizer delivery. Steve's hitting a new growth phase. I crafted a story where Steve wasn't just a plant. He was my passion project, my entrepreneurial spirit in leafy form. I hinted at a future blog. Steve's secrets to reaching your full potential. I made him a LinkedIn profile. I'm joking mostly. The night of the dinner arrived. I walked in, and the interrogation began. Aunt Linda, so still with that online company? Cousin Chad, thinking of buying a Tesla yet? I took a deep breath. I smiled, and I said, you know, I've been so focused on my new venture, I haven't even had time to think about cars. Mom, a new venture? Why didn't you say something? Well, it's in the early stages, but the metrics are incredibly promising. Explosive growth month over month, expanding into new verticals, really tapping into a core, green demographic. Sister, skeptical. What is it exactly? So I pulls out the leaf in the folder. This is a prototype. We're in the R&D phase, optimizing for ideal output conditions. I'm calling it Project Verdancy. Silence. They stare at the leaf. Then Aunt Linda squints. Aunt Linda, it's a plant leaf. It's a biomechanical interface model. We're studying its perfect, effortless growth algorithms to apply to personal development systems. Steve here is our lead researcher. Dad, confused but trying. You work with a plant named Steve? I partner with Steve. It's a collaborative synergy. He handles production. I handle vision and scaling. We're pre-revenue but high on measurable organic growth. I said all of this while maintaining utterly sincere, unblinking eye contact. For 20 minutes, I talked about market penetration, chlorophyll-based efficiency, and the scalability of photosynthetic processes. I used every bit of my forum knowledge. I saw the shift in their eyes. Confusion turned to curiosity, then to a strange, bewildered respect. My cousin Chad, the beard oil magnate, actually asked if I was seeking investors. Driving home, I didn't feel hollow. I felt light, giddy. I had taken the thing that was accidentally highlighting my perceived failures, Steve's glorious, uncomplicated life, and weaponized it as a shield. I hadn't lied about my job or my salary. I'd just chosen to frame my reality through the lens of the one thing in my life that was undeniably, visibly thriving. And that's when I realized the actual non-petty lesson. Steve wasn't my rival, he was my mirror. He thrived because I provided consistent, simple care, light, water, stability. No drama, no harsh words, no comparing him to the fern on the shelf. Just pure, attentive support. What if I tried treating myself with the same basic, non-negotiable kindness I gave to a plant? Not for a growth spurt to show off at a dinner party, but just because it's what living things need to not wither. I didn't find happiness by becoming as successful as Steve. I found a sliver of it by realizing I deserved the same quiet care that made him succeed. The revenge wasn't against my family, it was against my own neglect. And the payoff? It's not a new leaf. It's the realization that you're already rooted. You just have to remember to water yourself. So, if you've ever felt outperformed by your own houseplant, hit that like button. Maybe your own version of Steve is trying to tell you something. Subscribe for more stories about finding lessons in the weird, wonderful corners of life. And tell me in the comments, what's the most unexpectedly wise thing in your home right now?